is not ashamed to be a job guy. You need job guys.
What's happening, everybody? The Job Guys back with you one more time. Nitro Nick is here. Ryan is here. Thank you for being here as we run back 30 years ago. Nick, it's the night the world changed. It's an event so big, the effects are still being felt today. It's the reason you and I are still watching 30 years later. It is Bash at the Beach, 1996, the night Hulk Hogan finally turns heel. And he makes the New World Organization, brother. The New World Organization. Bash at the Beach, 1996. The nWo is created right here. Hogan is the third man. 30 years later, Nick, everybody still knows this. Everybody still talks about it. It's somewhat polarizing still, probably because of Hogan. Just when you hear the 5 words or whatever it is, Bash at the Beach, 96. What do you think of, man? What pops into your head the first thing? I got to assume it's like a Christmas morning type feeling for you.
Ryan, I would say the second most important night in wrestling history, as far as the wrestlers go. You know, you can argue Vince buying the territories or Vince buying WCW. Those are obviously huge moments. But as far as like wrestling, the stories, the sport, the industry, 3 to me, Hogan Andre is that pinnacle of the 80s era. It kind of just started going down, 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 and when you didn't think it could go down anymore, it kept going down, kept getting worse, became unwatchable. This is the show, Ryan. I know you got Hall showing up, you got Nash showing up. That's interesting. New guys, new show, new characters, new game. This is the night, Ryan. This is the night that changes wrestling.
I'm glad you mentioned that because as we go on in the show, stay tuned to the end because we have a thing called the Ultimate Run Back where we have categories that we will list, one of which is the legacy of this show. And I think maybe you just said what it is. The match of the night, the moment of the night, the funniest line, the line of the night. We will have all that. And you're exactly right, though. No one took WCW seriously until July 7th, 1996. It didn't matter what angle they had. It didn't matter like what kind of cool character they had. As a whole, no one took it seriously.
Didn't even
that all changed.
You watched, right, Ryan.
Yeah, I did.
To me, you were in there in the 90s WCW early. To me, even when Hogan went over, and maybe I'm the only guy that sees it this way, Hogan felt cheesier.
It's not hot.
They're on the B show now.
Yeah.
You know,
everything about it was B level. I mean, just even begin at the music. American Made is like a completely generic T-Moo version of Real American. Yeah, everything about it was low budget. It seemed low budget anyway, until this. And yeah, this changed it all, man. People finally looked at it. And it began a few weeks earlier with Hall and Nash. But then this was like, okay, now I do. All right, I'm going to see at the very least.
Oh, yeah.
I got to see where this goes. Absolutely. 250,000 buys. Better than the month before with Great American Bash. The Ocean Center, Daytona Beach, Florida. It is sold out. There is 8,000 people in there. Let's get into the show.
Awesome.
It begins with a montage of the hostile takeover. This is what they called it back then, the hostile takeover. The fake WCW music.
It's
and
great.
It's more of that
How
fake
is it cool?
WCW music that like is a real song that they just like changed one note.
Yeah.
It's like that Vanilla Ice quote. He goes, theirs goes, dun 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 dun.
It's not the same.
No, it's totally different. Dude, it Seals Crazy. That's what this song is. It Seals Crazy. But it worked, man.
It
worked
worked
good.
Yes, it did. And even though they're using still photos, they've got captions kind of putting on there what's going. Because remember, for a lot of people, this might be your first time tuning in. So this is a great recap. Great way to open the show.
Yeah, they go right to Dusty, Tony, and the Brain. They are calling this pay-per-view, and they immediately say they don't know where Bischoff is. They do this throughout the night. It's a storyline running throughout the night. Dude, the executive producer is not here. Why is he not here? So you're thinking, did they get to him? What happened? They never paid this off. In the very next night on Nitro, like, Bischoff's fine, and he just said, I was taking care of executive business.
I think you're supposed to allude to he was meeting with them. This is where he kind of joined them, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I thought of that, too. That doesn't happen till the
No, it doesn't.
November.
He doesn't give it out,
So-
but I think that's where they kind of allude to. I think, maybe.
But
I
they
could be
never
wrong.
said, though. Like,
No.
in November,
No.
he didn't say, hey, remember when I was missing? I was putting
Yeah,
the
right.
plans together, brother. They begin with a big-time match right out of the gate. Maybe not by the names, because nobody really knew them at that point, but it is Psychosis against Rey Mysterio Jr. They are joined by Mike Tenay on the announce booth. Nick, this match is great. Tell me about what you thought about it. I know you didn't like it back then. Tell me now, 30 years later, what do you think watching this match?
They open hot.
Yeah.
They open with Mysterio or Dragon or Malenko or somebody who can really go.
Yep.
And so I think that really got us in there. And Ryan, 47 years old, I will say, I do like Mike Tenay a lot more. It was, I don't know what, I guess at 17, 18, 19, whenever, I didn't care. Like, okay, yeah, the mask thing. Now it was kind of cool. Like, he does go, he works well in talking about how Mysterio likes Steiner, and that's why he does that finishing.
How crazy was that? He's like, yeah, he does the Frankensteiner because he likes Scott Steiner.
I will say the match is really good. Crazy moves all over. Ray gets smoked on the outside by a suicide dive. But I thought,
yeah, he hits the bike rack like leg first. Lucky he didn't snap his leg, man.
Yeah. And during the match, though, Ryan, I love Heenan selling the security. He keeps talking about, do we have security around this announce booth? If you're there and you're yelling, get out of here, you'll be talking to yourself, man. So, because, like, they keep talking a little here and there about the match.
He's taking off.
Yeah, he's out of there, man. But, yeah, the match is great. It's a typical, go back and watch these matches. They are good. I got more respect for them today.
Yeah, well, and they did a great job throughout the night, the announcers. This might be the best announcing job they ever did, telling the story throughout the night. They keep talking about the security, as you mentioned. Just, we don't know what's going to happen. Who is the third guy? Oh, my gosh. And it's not enough that it takes away from the matches. It ends, just so everybody knows, Psychosis goes for the Splash Mountain, it's called. It's a razor's edge from the top. Ray turns it into a Hurricane Rana.
Very cool.
For the win. I will say this, though. It was like the fifth Hurricane Rana Ray had done in the match. It's like the only move he did the whole night. So, but it was very cool. And we say it to this day. Ray is faster than everybody 30 years later. He is still quicker and more crisp than 30 years ago.
I love the word you use, crisp, because I think that's a problem with a lot of the cruiserweights today. It's not crisp.
Back to the ring. I know this is why we're watching this. I know this is why you're watching this. Probably the 50th time you've seen this.
This is the match I was talking about, the importance.
Main event anywhere in the country.
Big Bubba.
Oh, God.
Taking on John Tenta.
I'm not a fish.
Carson City silver dollar match, whatever that means. It's basically a sock on a pole match.
Sock has
filled
got
with
coins in
silver dollars. Yes, and it's on a pole. They show it as these guys come to the ring. The problem is, dude,
both guys are 300 plus pounds.
the pole is like the Empire State Building. I don't know how big the buildings are in Carson City, but this was the Sears Tower, brother. It is so high. Like, I couldn't climb up there, let alone these dudes who are both 400 plus pounds. And then they show the pole. It's like welded together halfway through. So they like just took two poles and stuck them. I'm like,
you would have rather climbed the gym.
Kill people if they.
You'd have rather climb the gym rope in 1985 slope.
Yes.
It was less intimidating than this stupid thing. And then they even tell you, well, you don't really have to climb it, Ryan. You can just like unhook it.
Right. Yeah, they say that. They're having trouble getting up there. And every time one guy looks like he's about to go for it, they get stopped, So the guy stops him from climbing the pole. So they say, obviously, fans, you can see the idea is to make sure your opponent is incapacitated, so you can get up the pole. Yes, so you can then incapacitate your opponent with the silver dollars. Why do I need the silver dollars if my opponent is already incapacitated?
Excellent question.
This is so WCW to me, man. Like, you're supposed to still pretend this is RoboCop. The door comes off before, or the dungeon, that what was that Chamber of Horrors with the lever keeps falling down. This is so WCW. The whole match, man. It's not. It just looks terrible from start to finish. The guys are terrible. It's just not over at this time. And if the boss man, he was red hot at one point. People can say Earthquake was over at one point when he was feuding with Hogan.
These are years.
We're long past that, Ryan. We are long. These guys.
We mentioned this last time. They're each on like their fifth gimmick since they were over 5 years ago. Heenan says at one point, "Oh, he got him in the gills right there," because he was Shark a minute ago, and then he goes, "Oh, that's right. He's not a fish.
I'm not a fish."
And then he goes, "He's not an avalanche either." I mean, that tells you why he's not over. You don't even need to explain it. Your name was Shark.
I'm not the shark.
And Avalanche.
I'm not an avalanche.
It ends with Jimmy finally climbing the pole. He climbs the pole. He gets the sock down. He turns around, and Tenta is waiting for him. Tenta takes the sock, and dude, it looked in slow motion too. He drills him with those.
I was wondering if there was. I was like, man, there's not really anything in there probably then. And then he dumps it out.
And he dumps it out.
Man, that was a live round.
Yeah, he dumps them all over his face. You can see that it's real. Not sure how they pulled that off, or if the boss man just took a live round. So we go back to the announcers. They talk about the situation this evening. And Heenan says, "I don't know, man. Something smells fishy to me. Something smells fishy." And he had said that in weeks previous and even on like Saturday night and things like that. He's like, "I got a bad feeling this is going to be somebody we know." He keeps hinting that it's going to be a heel turn. It's going to be a good guy gone bad. We go to the back. Sting, Lex, Macho, they're all back there. They're talking about the match. They really say anything about this at all. They don't really say anything.
No.
Taped fist match, Nick. It is Diamond Dallas Page who's getting a big push. He won the Battle Bowl. He's got the ring. He is taking on Hacksaw Jim Duggan in what is supposed to be a taped fist match. Your thoughts here? It doesn't end with any type of fist tape. After Duggan loses the match, he gets up. Someone
his legs
from
in the
off
match.
camera throws him a roll of tape. He catches it, tapes up his hand, and then drills DDP. Friend, there on the outside, who threw me a roll of tape. You don't see it; it just comes flying from off camera. Where were you 5 minutes ago, friend? How come you didn't throw me that roll of tape? Like, what? You waited till I got pinned? Oh, sorry, brother, I forgot. Here you go. I was getting a beer, brother.
Match is a Duggan match, dude. I don't know what to tell you. It's not great. The ending was good, I thought. Duggan was getting in the ring. I thought that was at least different. DDP kicks the bottom rope, and it kind of low blows Duggan as he's getting into the ring. Gets up, and the original out of nowhere, the Diamond Cutter. I don't know if they did this intentionally, Ryan, though. This is perfect how they are pushing DDP. He is winning a lot through this summer, which is going to bode well for him coming into the point when he turns on the outsiders and skyrockets in popularity.
Yeah, he's getting a massive push. The only problem, he hasn't figured the gimmick out yet.
No.
He's still doing his AWA stuff. He's still doing his 9,000 gimmick thing, the self high five, the cigar. We go to the back. The Giant and Kevin Sullivan are back there. They've got a match with the Horsemen today. Nothing really here except where the Giant says, Sullivan brought me here to put an end to Hulkamania. Well, we've known that for about 10 months. But I'm like, here they're trying to swerve you here, aren't they? Hey, bring up Hogan so nobody thinks it's Hogan.
It's not a bad idea. I liked it.
More interviews. We then go out to the aisle because that's the only place the Horsemen ever want to talk. Lee Marshall is there with Chris Benoit and Arn Anderson. I got nothing out of this other than Arn looks 58 years old.
Yep. That is the same thing for me. Yeah, Arn just... and shockingly, Ryan, he's looked like that for the past 20 years. He
still looks like that 30 years later.
Yeah, he does. I'll give him that. At least he is still aging well.
He hasn't aged because he did it all at 7.
Yeah.
Another tag match and another stipulation match. The Nasty Boys taking on the new school Nasty Boys. They are Public Enemy. It is a 4-man dog collar match. So it's not all 4 men tied together, but one guy's tied to one guy, one guy's tied to the other guy. Because it's a tornado match and you can do whatever and you can go wherever, this basically just turns into an ECW hardcore match. 100%. They immediately go to the double box. What we call in television, like you and I right here. Nick, You're in one box, I'm in the other box. That's called a double box. They go to that. They have to get their graphic in, right? Their Bash at the Beach logo. The logo is huge. And then we got to get that ocean in there, too. If you guys didn't know what a beach is by water. Yeah, so here's the water. It takes up 3/4 of the screen. So the double box is like this big. It's so little. Like what?
Just add one more box.
They had to get that graphic in there, brother. In case you didn't know you were watching Bash at the Beach, you know what you just paid $30 for? In case you didn't know, we're letting you know in this double box the whole match. So I'm sitting there squinting, trying to watch this match.
Yeah. But the match was okay. We're caught in that era, it's more hardcore than we ever saw, but we're not to the hardcore era yet, where they're gonna pretty much murder each other on television. Well,
how could you when you're beating a man with a rubber shark?
I'm not the shark.
He's got the rubber shark,
brother. Oh my God. Some of them, it went like that all match, right? You're looking, you see live round, be like, oh my God, he just hit him with the chain. And then you're like, oh my God, now he's hitting him with a rubber shark or a beach ball or pushing his face in sand. WCW, the chain comes off one of these guys at the end, and they've got to freaking alter it. It's just WCW. The Nasty Boys pull this one out.
This match, man, no wonder you hear the Hall and Nash stories about the Nasty Boys and them being careless and nearly killing them. Dude, there's some moves in this match that are just like it nearly killed the Public Enemy, man. Knobs throws a chair at Johnny Grunge when he's laying on the ground. It just freaking bounces right off his skull, man. Then toward the end of it, Sags goes for an Irish whip on Rocco Rock. He's all tied up in the chain. I don't know if this is anybody's fault or anything, but his leg is tied up in the chain. He goes to throw him into the ropes, and he just whiplashes his leg. I'm like, dude, he just pulled his hip right out of socket. I mean, the dude goes flat down. Is it like when your dog's trying to run away and you got him on a chain, you know? Or that guy on Saturday Night Live, the hypo trying to run when he's chained to the thing. Dude, it was nasty. And then the finish, the guy's hangman over the top rope, so the chain is stretched straight across. Irish whip into the chain. That was a live round.
No,
and then that's the finish. And then, of course, just like the last match, a guy wins, hitting him with the roll of quarters or hitting him with the tape fist. The team that won then gets the ever-living crap kicked out of him immediately after the match. Well, what'd you win for? Like, thank God for the NWO.
Yes.
Thank God
Yes.
for the NWO. We'll talk more about that for the next half hour or so. Okay, now we get going. Mean Gene, they go to the back, and he's sitting outside the outside
was
locker
awesome.
room. He's sitting there, and he's like, the third man's in there. I heard his voice, and he kind of says what Heenan had said.
I know it.
Before.
I recognize it.
I recognize that voice, but it's muffled, so I'm not quite sure. So we get an official tease from Mean Gene.
Now you know, though. Okay, Mean Gene, but he's been in both companies, he knows so this is someone we know.
We go back out to the ring. Cruiserweight Championship. Dean Malenko still the champion. Last pay-per-view, he fought Rey Mysterio. First time we'd ever seen him. This time, he is fighting Disco Inferno. And for the first few months of the summer of 96, they were pushing Disco. And he is, if you go watch those Nitros, he literally is the honky-tonk man. I mean, it is like verbatim the honky-tonk man. You want to see me dance tonight? I'm going to dance. You want to hear me sing? He has a gold record he's carrying around.
He does as good as you can with this gimmick. Like, he's not bad at it. He gets it over as well as you could. It's just a bad gimmick. Like, I do think cheesier
what do you
era,
do with it?
It's the wrong era. If it was 1984 or even late 70s when Disco was in and he's there, or wherever that was.
He might be a good guy at that point.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
This pretty good match, actually. Non-stop action. It ends with Dean hitting a power bomb. He then turns that into the Texas Cloverleaf, and that was it. Tony Schiavone then says, this was a cruiserweight classic.
How did Disco make weight?
Well, I'm not sure. And what is the weight? They don't tell.
That's what killed the division, man. You got Jericho and people wrestling and this. I'm like, wait a minute. I weigh. He weighs more than me. I don't know.
Another match of the night. No stipulation here. This is just a good old-fashioned grudge match.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Gomez was so mad that Mongo McMichael turned on his tag partner, Kevin Green.
Yeah, he's a big football fan.
Joined the Horsemen, so he's going to get his revenge. We've got Joe Gomez taking on Steve Mongo McMichael. And I should have said the Desperado Joe Gomez. They tried for about a minute to push Joe Gomez, if you remember.
And then they
had like promos.
Was he in that beach video with? Oh, that's a great video with Alex Wright and all those guys.
Like, oh, he's a good looking young guy. Let's put him on the beach. And the whole thing is just like freaking Miami Vice music.
Oh my God.
With him walking on the beach in slow motion. WCW, brother. That's the answer to anything.
Oh, God.
Why did they do that? WCW, brother.
WCW.
That is the answer here. They tried. And once again, our answer to everything will be, thank God the NWO showed up on this night, or we would be watching more of Joe Gomez. I truly believe that.
I do too. Oh, God.
WCW.
Mongo wins it. Deborah looks different for some reason here. I don't know if work done or just that it's 30 years ago. I don't know. She looks different. This match stunk. I got nothing else other than to make fun of what we just made fun of.
Mongo, I guess his thing, he talks a lot during wrestling, so I mean that's kind of a little bit ahead of it. I mean he's
better that than freaking wrestling.
That's what match heads. Mongo wins with a tombstone, and he's only going to get better. Is he?
He ain't going the other way.
Is he gonna get better though? Does he get better? God rest.
He can't get any worse.
No, dear Lord, dude. He's got to be the worst. Yeah, Paul Roma doesn't work, but this guy. Okay.
That's foreshadowing, kids. Stay tuned till the end for our ultimate run back. Speaking of horsemen, to the back, Ric Flair promo. Rick's turned into a crazy person at this point.
What is going on?
Our entire teenage years and till this day, this is his gimmick now. It's not the cool guy in the suits. And he went a little nuts back then, but it's not the cool guy in the suits.
Limousine.
He's a nutbag.
Yes.
He's screaming and dancing.
Yes.
And there's women there. Liz is there. The woman is there. And it just keeps, I'm like, how long is this going to go? It just keeps going. And Gene and woman have a thing
It's
going
uncomfortable. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Woman's hitting on Gene and like saying she wants him to come back to the hotel later that night. Gene does end it with a great line, though. He goes, well, on top of wrestling, we're going to have a pole vaulting competition. So, we know where Gene's going.
I heard he was
floor on the Ramada.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
He is amazing, but it was a lot easier to go down to Texas, cut a promo, come up to Memphis, cut the same promo, head over to this and cut the same. This is a change of a gimmick, Ryan. This is when I really think my dislike for him starts going down. Yeah. It just this crazy flair. It's not even the flair we saw in the WWE.
No.
It's a completely different flair. It's a weird. He just, like you said, he's Mr. like frat boy. And it didn't work for me, brother.
Yeah, and here he is. He has a chance to win the United States title fighting Conan. And that entire promo that just dragged on and dragged on. He's talking about stealing Macho Man's girl.
And
that was a feud a year ago. You're still talking about it. Like, he looks like he's 100.
Shows you.
I don't believe what he's saying. I don't believe it. I'm like, Liz ain't screwing that guy. Like,
and I don't.
That's
know
what I'm thinking. It's corny to me, dude. So here we go. The match: Flair, Conan. Conan is the United States champion. Speaking of woman. You're just setting me up here. That's like the fourth straight time that you've queued me right up. She is insufferable.
How bad?
I talked on the last pay-per-view about it, and it may not have even made the final cut. I may have had to cut it out, but whatever. I talked about it. She screams at the top of her lungs, no matter what it is. You could walk up to Flair and flick him in the ear, and she would screech at the top of her lungs.
Try to get him in a surfboard. If he can get him up, this is going to put a lot of power on him.
There's no way out of this.
In the surfboard.
There's 8,000 people there. You hear one person. Like, if Hogan turned heel, you would hear her screaming over the rest of the crowd. It's the entire time. It ruins. And I don't know if I realized it back then. I never liked her either. I never liked her either. But I don't know if I hated it this bad.
Wonderful person backstage. I don't know her at all.
It ruins the match. I can't pay attention to anything else in the match because all I hear is her screaming.
Sherry thinks she's loud. But yeah, you know what?
You perfected my line on that, by the way. Also, I wanted to tell you that one other time. You're doing a very good job.
I do. I love doing it. And Ryan, this goes also too for anybody who was asking, like, man, when they all came over, I wonder why they didn't use woman.
Well, maybe she didn't want to be also.
Okay, I'll bet you maybe it was more of they watched WCW.
It's real easy. You go, hey, shut up. And she doesn't yell anything else. She doesn't yell like, hey, look out. Hey, he's going to punch you. Yeah, she just yells the word Rick.
And Ryan, she's out of place a lot. She's out of place tonight. She was up so early on that galldarn apron, Ryan. It looked so bad.
Dude, that is my other thing. This match, there is so much interference in this match. There is it's ridiculous how much interference there is in this match. The ref distraction, woman kicks Conan in the nuts. Then she hits him with the shoe. Flair with the foot on the ropes. Flair
Liz
becomes
is up on
the
the
US
apron
champion.
like 8 times or whatever. Yeah, I don't know how many times, but
it's like an SNL skit. It's like a parody of a match with how much interference there is. And Dusty with his best line ever, when Flair wins the belt, he goes, I don't know how all three of them are going to share the belt. Benoit and Arn taking on the Giant and Sullivan.
Another
if Benoit and Arn
stipulation match.
win, they get a world title shot.
Jesus God, every match is a stipulation. They
Tony
are.
Khan booking this?
Jesus, man. Can have a match.
They jumped the Horsemen. As soon as they walk down the aisle, they just drill them from behind. The crowd goes nuts when the Giant gets the hot tag. They liked it. They wanted to see the big fella. They go crazy in there.
It shows you what happens when people don't just 50-50 book. The Giant was booked like a monster, right? I think to this point he is undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. So, nobody has pinned this dude. Probably because it's not his sweet promos that have been getting him over throughout the past year. It's the fact he's booked as a monster.
Well, and he is a monster.
And he is, and he wasn't losing, man.
And he was Andre's kid.
Is Andre really your dad, man?
Yeah. He didn't get stone cold stunned his first night in the business and pinned.
I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Benoit and Sullivan, they go up to the broadcast position for no reason whatsoever. We go to the double box again real quick, so squint your eyes so you can see where they're at. And while they're up there, the Giant choke slams Arn, and he gets the win. Benoit then later hits Sullivan with a belly to back off the top rope. More post-game action here. More gaga after the match. The team that wins for the fourth time tonight then gets their tails kicked as soon as the match is over with. So Benoit, he hits a belly to back off the top rope. Pretty standard move. It's a little better than the standard move since it's up top, but nothing that's going to kill a guy. Not according to Woman. Woman comes running down, and she is screaming yet again, only she has new words. She went in the back, learned a few words, came back, and she keeps saying, "You're going to hurt him. You're going to hurt him. Stop. You're going to hurt him." I'm no genius here. I'm just some guy who runs a podcast. But I think, Nick, hurting your opponent is the object. I think that's what you're supposed to try to be doing. Hurting your opponent.
I don't even remember. Did this ever go anywhere? Because she never goes back with him.
No. Well, in real life, everybody knows she's married to Kevin Sullivan. They start this angle. Oh, ultimate swerve, brother. She starts banging Benoit in real life. And then a couple years later, something happened. None of this makes any sense. But it's just not good. It's just not good.
it's WCW, man.
WCW.
There you go.
Before the NWO. It's just not good. It's not at all.
And it is the last match before the hostile takeover. So the boys say, hey, let's take a look. They have a package. One of the very first,
cool package.
What now you have before every match. You got a movie trailer before the match. They have a hostile takeover package here. It's kind of just a longer version of what the Open was. It's like the same thing, only longer. But, Nick, and I know you'll appreciate this, other people at home who have not seen this may not get it. This is worse than the Dusty Rhodes DVD. They've got the Seal music playing supposedly underneath the soundtrack. Like, that's the soundtrack. The music, the Seal music is so loud that you can't hear the voices. And they've got clips from when, Hall comes down. You want a war? You're going to get one. You don't jack us around. All you hear is... And I'm never gonna survive unless we get a little crazy. I'm never gonna survive. And then you're like, wait, did I hear? It's kind of like, that sounded like, it's muffled. It sounded like Mean Gene. It's muffled. I thought I heard Scott Hall. Was he talking? It's like a whisper in the back you hear.
Oh, God.
If you want a war, you're gonna get one. You can't hear it. All you hear is Seal. And what's the answer? WCW.
WCW.
They can't get out of their own way until about 20 minutes later. Then they finally don't. But holy cow. The graphics here, I guess it's cool just because of you were excited to see it. But this looks like a 1989 to 1991 thing. It's 96. Like, the graphics look corny or whatever.
I will say, Ryan, you do still, like, even watching this, I was extremely bored.
I'm bored, brother.
Because I'm not big fans of most of these guys at this point in their careers on this card. But you felt it, and I love that they keep Dusty and Bobby. Something is not right here.
Yep.
So, the whole time, man, something is not right. You can feel, and when they keep saying that, I don't know if you get the goosebumps or the hair stand. Like, you can feel it too. Like, because it's such a big match. I mean, as bad as wrestling is, they have jam-packed this ring with superstars. Hall, Nash, Savage, Sting, Luger. What's bigger than these 5 guys?
Mabel.
Yeah.
And I will give them this, man. As much as we just ripped on, they attempted, and they did much better. No one was doing these packages like this.
No.
You would just see a couple of clips. Nobody was doing packages like this. Now, right after this, they end up getting looped by Usain Bolt in the production department, as you mentioned earlier. After this, Neil Pruitt is the guy that was the producer of all these packages. He is the voice of the nWo, by the way.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
That's the guy. The producer was the guy that was the voice, and he did this package as well. Neil, turn the voices up. Turn Seal down. Neil. Turn him down just a hair. Here we go. Michael Buffer, Nick. I don't even know what you want to say about this match other than to go to the end. We all know what happens.
Well, I'll tell you this. Bringing 2 out first was awesome. It's
Continue.
freaking
I was going to go
awesome. This music hits, and it starts, and there's only, like, what do you mean there's only 2? They make their way down there. Again, the music guy screws up and hits the Sting music, and that hits and it come because Mean Gene's going to come down
Mean
and
Gene's
talk.
going to come down.
And I love that, dude. All you need to know, Chico, is he's here and he's ready. And then Nash, we got all we can handle, more than they can handle right here, man.
Everything we just said about WCW being WCW and constantly screwing things up and getting things wrong, that all ends right here.
Yeah.
Even the screw up of the music worked because it made it seem like chaos. Hey, Sting was supposed to come down, but hold on. No. Gene's going to come down.
Even the announcers are calling for an unfair fight. You hear Rhodes and Shivani saying, let's do what Heenan's, kick them while they're down. And Heenan's like, they're closer, easier to reach.
When Luger goes down, he gets smoked, and they take him out just in case Hogan changed his mind. They were, so Sting knocked out his boy. You could say that. They say it right there. Well, get somebody else down here. If Luger's out, who cares? We make the rules. It's our company. Get somebody else down there. But again, man, after all the idiotic things WCW has ever done, including constantly on this show,
WCW.
They knock it out of the park here. Every single detail is exactly the way it should have been. It was perfect.
Luger goes
down. And that's
down.
why it's remembered.
Luger goes down. Listen to the announcers. You can hear the 3 of them are awesome. The breath is wait a minute, we're down 2-2 now.
Yeah.
Get another guy out here now. Get another dude. This is serious. Get someone out here. Sting takes a beating from hell from the outsiders for a while, just long enough to make the hot tag to the Macho Man. He comes in, deals on him. Low blow by Nash. And then there was one, and almost for a second, they go, oh, and he falls over, and there's like a still.
Everybody's down.
And then if you watch, because they're showing the opposite way, people start to stand up, and they can see someone's coming, and then you hear Rhodes, Hulk Hogan is here! Hulk Hogan is in the building! Right there. That Hulk Hogan is in the building. All right, go get him, brother. Who be bad now, boys? And then, of course, the infamous "Whose side is he on?" I do have that because I have the original copy. I don't know if they've taken that out.
Oh, they took it out as soon as WWF got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that again, it didn't bother me. I think it's grown worse than it was. I don't think watching it, people were like, right, whose side is he on? Like you weren't immediately thinking that. But in Rhodes tried to cut. What are you talking about? And
then 1 second later,
boom. It's just awesome.
It's just perfect. I mean,
everything.
And it's so crazy to think that everything they did before was so bad, and a lot of the stuff they did after was really bad.
It's a perfect match.
How they got this so right. Shivani at one point said, "We are not going to call this like a normal match. I have to apologize." Perfect.
Yep.
It sells the angle. If you talk to Shivani, they did not know. They had no clue who it was going to be. They did not know. So he is calling it as if it's live action. And Bobby Heenan has hated Hulk Hogan going back to Nick Bockwinkel in AWA. So, of course, he's going to say, screw that guy.
What did I tell you? What have I been telling you all these years?
But he hits the leg drop, Nick. Take me back to the first time you saw this. I know you didn't see it live. Take me back to the first time you saw it, and you had already known what happened. But seeing it happen for the first time, 16, 17 years old, take me there. What do you think?
I just thought it was so cool because it was the first time, Ryan, since maybe 1990 Hogan Warrior, because I wasn't as big as you were in Hogan Flair. It was the first time, like, I love this. Like, oh my God, I'm in love. Like, I can't stop. I can't get, like, this is so cool. You had seen from 90 to 96, it was all like, and I love Bret Hart, but
who a lot of people thought it was going to be, myself included.
Sting was also rumored. They had even had.
Well, it was going to be Sting. Yes.
Yeah. I'm done with wrestling. Like, I'm not going to watch this anymore. I guess I'm just growing out of it. It's what my parents told me was going to happen is happening. Not anymore. I have the one dude we had never seen, and they waited to the perfect moment to turn him right, and they aligned him. They couldn't have picked two better guys. The two, especially one, is just ultra cool, Scott Hall, and the other is a dude who I think anybody would stand back to back with in a dark alley, and that's Kevin Nash. This guy was, I even said it when he died. I know it's stupid. I'm 47, I was 46 then. It's like, how can Hulk Hogan die? He's Hulk Hogan.
Superhero.
He's a superhero. That's what he was to us, right? And to watch Superman or, whoever turn bad, such an amazing storyline. And it was perfect because the fans were ready for it with all the debris thrown in the ring, right?
Yeah. This is awesome. The show. I mean, I was into this, but I'm with you. I was like, if I miss wrestling, I miss it, but if I'm home, I'll watch it. But there was nothing I needed to see. Like WrestleMania 12 happened. Like, oh, well, WrestleMania's on. We're going to go watch it. And my buddy who had a black box, we're going to go watch it. Things like that. But it wasn't like, dude, I got to see the Iron Man match.
Dude, you went and shot hoops on matches you didn't like, dude.
Yeah, we did. But this is the one that I've told the story 1,000 times. This is the show that I was at a hotel calling the front desk. Please, can I get pay-per-view here? I got to see this. Because I needed to know who the third man was. And when I heard it was Hogan, my mind freaking blew. And as much as I wanted to see this pay-per-view then, like calling and begging the front desk, well, then it was just like incredible. Like, I'm calling my parents, get cable. Please get cable. I have to be able to watch Nitro on Monday. Please get cable. I couldn't believe it.
It's the exact reason why I get a little bit frustrated when people are like, yeah, it's like Cena. No, it's not. Because here's why. People wanted to see Cena at different points. You and me, for one, turn on The Undertaker, something at WrestleMania. We wanted to see him. No one thought ever Hulk Hogan would be a bad guy. The greatest babyface in the history is now the greatest heel in the history of the company.
It was incredible. They are in shock. And then the debris. That plays such an intricate role in this, because you'd never seen it like that. Here and there, you see people getting trash thrown at them and things like, not like this. You could not move in there with the trash that was thrown all over. And then, we haven't even gotten to the best part. And then Hogan gives the greatest promo in the history of pro wrestling.
Yep.
The single greatest promo ever. And I don't think people think about it like this. This man had not been a heel since 1981. And then he's with Classy Freddie Blassie. He's not really talking. And when he is talking, it's not good. He hasn't cut a promo heel style in 15 years. And he steps up to the plate, and it's the greatest, not even heel promo ever. The first thing you need to do is tell these people to shut up. If you want to hear what I got to say, you're like, Hulk Hogan just said that? And they popped, obviously. But everything about it, the great big organization up north, yes, they had said the word WWF, but that was not in the ring. In the ring, a wrestler is saying the great big organization. I made it a monster.
Everything
Hulk Hogan's bigger than wrestling.
Everything he says is true. That's what makes the promo even better.
Right.
I made people rich up there. If it wasn't for me, Eric Bischoff would still be selling meat out of a truck in Minneapolis, brother.
Dude, it's just line after line after line. And it's natural, too. That's the other thing.
Yes.
Like, you wonder, because he had been getting booed out of places, because ratings were down, because nobody cared anymore, if this is how he really felt, and he's just speaking from the heart, because it felt like it. This ain't Liv Morgan out there, stone-faced, just reciting lines. Like, you felt that he really meant this.
Hall and Nash just making the Hulk Hogan poses.
And when Hulk hits the exclamation point, Nash, it's real. He's sitting there listening, and then he kind of goes. Yeah. You see him, like, legit. That wasn't like trying to be a cool guy, as he always was, Big Daddy Cool. He's like, yeah, Hulk freaking nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. This couldn't have been better. And again, they tried to WCW it. If you want to give Bobby Heenan, they tried to WCW it.
WCW.
And Ryan,
to me, it's the greatest thing ever.
I don't know if other people feel this way. One of my favorite lines ever that I never thought I would hear. Hulk Hogan, you can go to hell.
Yeah.
Straight to hell.
Well,
what a close. Hulk Hogan, you can go to hell. From the face announcers. I know, and it didn't need an F-bomb in front of it. I think
go to hell was a big thing back then.
Cursing is the lowest common denominator for me a lot of the time, so it was straight to hell. We got to go, guys.
Yeah, well, and we're going to, in our ultimate run back here in a second, best line. There are so many things. You can basically take the last 20 minutes and make it one giant line of the night. Again, it seems real. He's at a loss for words. And again, he was calling it as he saw it, because he said they didn't know it was going to be Hogan. They had no idea. And he stutters kind of. He says he goes, for Dusty Rhodes and Bobby Heenan, I don't know. Yeah. Hulk Hogan, you can go to hell. Straight to hell. Like, the I don't know in there, the little, I don't know. Who maybe it could have been. The day Hall comes out in the torch, they immediately say that night, hey, Scott Hall debuts. It's going to be pretty cool. It looks like they're going to do a WWE team against a WCW team. They knew Nash was coming. All the dirt sheets knew that. They knew DiBiase was coming and whoever else. Team WWF against Team WCW. They knew, or they thought, right away, the third man will be Lex Luger. And he came in 1995, and they're going to say he came in to lay the groundwork, to get a lay of the land and all this, and then he was going to be the guy. They were sure that it was going to be Lex Luger. Then, as you mentioned a second ago, it was going to be Sting. I think if it was going to be a WCW guy, Sting would have been the best because, like Hogan, he had never been a heel. Wade Keller says, hey, they've got a nice little story that's going to take them through the summer. Quote, if WCW plays their cards right, it should be an eventful and profitable summer and fall. Oh, buddy. And that's with Luger as the guy. And that made me think, if it was Luger, does this end at War Games? Does it even make it?
I think they could stretch it to Starrcade.
Sure as heck aren't talking about it 30 years later.
No, Ryan.
Is there anything or anyone, not Hogan, where this doesn't die by January 1st, 1997?
Your only prayer of it not dying, because I don't think Luger was the bigger draw. Like, we saw that. He couldn't replace Hogan. I think
charisma.
I think Luger and Sting could have took you to Starrcade. Maybe, if you had good writers, good stories. I think Bret Hart could have taken you a maybe little longer because it's Bret Hart coming over from the WWF at that time. However, is the merchandise at JCPenney? Are we talking about it 30 years later? Do I have Bret Hart, Hall and Nash hanging on my wall? No, I don't, right? I just don't think we do. I think it could have been cool. I think we would have got into it. I just think this is the stars aligning. Hulk Hogan is the perfect guy. And to their credit, these are the two perfect guys to put alongside him because they're cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, if it's not Hogan, we are not doing this show. No. We may never even have a podcast to begin with, let alone doing this show. There's absolutely no way. Anything else before the final run back, Nick? Let's hit it. How about a funny moment of the night? Do you have anything funny that happened here, Nick?
Lines, I got lines. But moment, the best thing I could say
lines.
was...
It can be a line.
We could do both. I can do both.
Yeah.
Moment, it's not really funny, but it's funny because it's so bad. Kevin Sullivan's botched slingshot at the end of that freaking match with the horse. It is the worst slingshot into the rope I have. The dude comes back, Anderson comes back down and sits on him, and then Anderson has to jump off into freaking Benoit. It's so bad. That was the biggest thing that could come out for something kind of funny.
WCW.
WCW.
And this, I got another one like you. It's funny now looking back on it. Tony Schiavone on the move that Rey Mysterio hit to win the match, which was going to be a razor's edge. He slips out of it, Hurricane Rana for the pin. Quote, a move we have never seen before and maybe we'll never see again.
Except every match.
Except every single match, every single night, 58 times. For the rest of forever.
God.
And including not a top rope one quite like that, but Ray hit 5 Hurricane Ranas in that match alone. But yeah, so for numerous reasons. But yes, a Hurricane Rana is a right-hand punch nowadays. Okay, we mentioned it. The line of the night. Nick, for you, it's gotta be Dusty, does it not? Who be bad now? Who be bad now? Who be bad now? He says it 7 straight times. He just keeps saying it. That's the most important line of the night, is it not, Nick?
Not taking that one, so we'll put that to the side.
That's Ryan, in its own category.
This is for the first time I can't give you one because it's the start to finish of Hulk Hogan's promo. It's the entire freaking thing. If you have not heard this promo, or have only heard excerpts of it, you have to watch it. It's not a line of it. It has to be the promo. It's the greatest promo, interview, whatever you want to call it, in wrestling history. Right, I can't pick one part of it. Is it the Eric Bischoff selling meat? Hulk Hogan's bigger than the industry. I made people money up there. I made this company. I'm bigger than the organization. Fans tell him to shut up. Ryan, it's everything on there. There isn't a line. It's Hogan's lines.
He's like a machine gun. It's just just line after line after line.
Jay-Z and Nas would have backed down from that battle and that around that era, right? I think.
This is the Hogan diss track right here.
Yeah,
and it's not just him. The other guys have a ton of lines.
Yeah.
Dusty, who I just made fun of, a career of a lifetime, right down the drains. I hope you love it. You just sold your soul to the devil. I mean, that is great.
We talk Hulk Hogan. You can go to hell, straight to hell.
There's an underrated one because it literally did come true. This right here is the future of wrestling. You can call this the new, but it is the future of wrestling. Maybe not the NWO, but everything the NWO was. Factions, swerves, the evil boss, cool heels. Go down the list. Everything wrestling has been for the last 30 years ago today, it is the future of wrestling. This became freaking wrestling. All this crap represents you fans out here. The reception I got when I came out here, you fans can stick it, brother. Hulk Hogan saying that to little kids, dude. The one that we still say that we haven't even mentioned yet. If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, all these Johnny-come-latelys that you see out here wouldn't be here. I was selling out the world when they were bumming gas to put in their car to get to high school, brother.
How many people have we said that to?
Oh, my gosh, bumming gas to get. I was selling out the world. And then to capitalize on what you said at the end, we didn't say the entire quote. When Hogan gets done talking, Shivani goes, "We've seen the end of Hulkamania." For Bobby the Brain Heenan, for Dusty Rhodes, Gene Okerlund, I don't know. Hulk Hogan, you can go to hell. We have seen the end of Hulkamania. This is the best night of Shivani's career. It's the only time
it's ever been true. We've heard that a million times. Bundy, right. Yoko.
Hulkamania is dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
You were always like, okay, until next time. This one felt real. Like he's the only person who can kill Hulkamania is Hulk Hogan.
What has aged the best, Nick, since this pay-per-view 30 years ago today?
Hogan's promo. I mean, it's the greatest promo in the world, man. It keeps getting better. I don't think it's ever gotten worse. It's just awesome.
What has aged the best to me? Waiting forever to turn your white meat babyface top guy heel has aged the best. If they turn Hulk Hogan 2 years before this, it doesn't work. If they turn Hulk Hogan, which he then later made up, I wanted to turn at WrestleMania 6, brother. It doesn't work. You wait until you have wrung every bit dry of the merch, of the this, of the that, of everything. You take everything you can, then you turn them. Look at Roman Reigns. The reason why that heel turn worked is because, guess what? Everybody hated him and they wanted him to turn. If you do that 2 years before, it doesn't work. Look at all the other guys they have turned a million times. You mentioned Macho Man. You can't put Macho Man in the NWO because we've seen him turn heel 25 times. Randy Orton, Big Show, Jericho, go down the list. This worked because he never turned. Roman Reigns worked because fans were ready to freaking boo that guy. John Cena only worked for 2 weeks, but it worked when it happened. And now we have Cody Rhodes. And you got people, yourself included, wanting him to turn. It ain't time yet. I think the guy stinks, but there's still more to ring out. That T-shirt, that American Nightmare shirt, still wet, brother. We got to get the last drip out of that sucker before we turn him.
Steph just bought one 2 days ago, man.
And if you turn him now, this is it. It better work.
Well, yeah, your number one turn.
You get one shot.
One big turn. You just don't want to do an Orton.
You wait until
That's a good one.
You've sucked all the money out of them, buddy. What is age the worst?
You're going to like this one, man. Okay. Man, we're going to lose viewers now.
We may have the same thing.
The Four Horsemen.
Yes.
Ryan,
we have the same
Four
thing.
Horsemen have aged
the wrestling
worst.
twins are back, brother.
I'm sorry. Like, Ryan, they spent, if you go back to the point where they did that stupid cage where Savage and Hogan beat 37 men.
The triple-decker, brother.
Yeah. After that, Hogan's gone. They start pushing the Horsemen. The last freaking pay-per-view was dedicated to reforming the Horsemen.
Yep.
They pushed these guys through the moon. Now, NWO comes in. Sting, Luger, DDP, Giant, Steiners, Piper, all way more important to the feuds than the Horsemen. They never live up to that group that could defend WCW. They're done by this point in time. No one cares. Flair is terrible. Arn looks like he's a million back then. Benoit can't cut a promo or have charisma to save his life, but that might not fit well in that point. And Mongo...
It might have saved it.
Yeah. Mongo Ryan, I'm sorry, for a group that is based on worthy wrestlers. Who the hell is this guy? He is awful. He's worse than Stevie Ray. He's worse than Volkov. He's worse than Kirshner. Like, this guy, I'm sorry. The Horsemen, and people cannot, they push them, Ryan. They put the belts on these guys. Mongo, Benoit, the tag belts. Flair tries to stay up there. But all those guys I read to you, Sting, DDP, Luger, Giant, they're all bad. They're all fighting the NWO at a much higher, if you would say, fan care level than the Horsemen. I'm sorry. The Horsemen that era Horsemen are freaking awful. They've aged the worst.
Well, not to go to the Department of Redundancy department, but I literally have the exact same thing, almost to a T.
We did not talk either, folks.
No, we have not spoken.
Talk to you.
Ric Flair and everybody else on Earth likes to say, oh, Paul Roma sucked. The Paul Roma era was the worst. Dude, this sucks. Mongo is possibly the worst pro wrestler in the history of the business who got a push and was on TV and all. Literally, no one cares. And if they did, they stopped caring once they saw him talk or walk or wrestle because he sucks.
Yep.
I'm sorry he passed away a little bit ago.
He could be a great guy. God rest his soul.
Dude, he's awful. Yeah. He is awful. And he was awful then because we know he was awful.
I did not.
Dude, look at Arn Anderson. As much as we rip on this guy all the time for looking old and being overrated and whatever, look at him during their interview when they're standing in the aisleway. I'm not kidding when I said he looks 58 years old. He looks like a 58-year-old dad in Fort Lauderdale on the beach in 1982. And this is 1996. Like, I look at this freaking guy, I can't take you seriously. I'm sorry. And a lot of people think he can talk, and he can, but it's a different style. It's more that Jake the Snake style. He sucks. I'm sorry. He's not good. Benoit, don't even get me started. And you know this because I said it from the day I met you. This is not, he killed his family, so he sucked. No, he sucked then. He sucked. Benoit. He is on the Mount Rushmore of dudes that got pushed who have less charisma than a freaking coffee table. This guy has no
holding a world title.
Charisma
no business
at all. It's like zero charisma. If you could negative charisma a guy, it's this guy. He stinks.
That's right, it stinks!
Flair's act, dude, it's just old. He's so over the top at this point. I was 16 years old at this point. I thought it was cornball. Like, I'm a 16-year-old kid. I got a car. I got girlfriends. I got this, that. And you would think, like, a guy who's running around with Elizabeth is cool. No. I'm like, who let the old man with Elizabeth? He looked old. And it's so weird because the 16-year-old in 1986 was the demographic that thought Ric Flair was cool. Oh, yeah, he gets all the hot chicks, yeah, and he's driving a car and the watch and the shoes. Come to my hotel room and say, dude, at this point, And this is not a hot take. I don't believe this is a hot take. This is just a take because I believe it. I was there. I thought the guy sucked. I didn't want to watch Ric Flair. I thought every single one of these four horsemen sucked.
Yep.
It's such try hard, whatever. And like every interview, again, he's fighting Conan. And he's still talking about, hey, Macho, I got your girl. Guess what I'm going to do with her at the Ramada tonight? Nobody cares.
Turn on the rest of the pay-per-view and watch Macho in the main event. That's what you're going to do.
Nitpick. As if we didn't just pick a whole lot of nits right there.
I think Hall should have forced Randy Anderson to make the 3 count before Hogan trucked him out of the
Well, that was Hogan's fault, if you ask Nash. But yeah.
Really? Oh, was it supposed to be an actual 3?
Hall, he's like, make sure he counts 3. Make sure he counts 3. Because we have to win this match. Hogan just took him and fired him out of the ring.
That would have been my nitpick. Because that would have, like, it kind of just felt like a DQ at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was a classic Shivani. Oh, they're throwing this match out. Whatever that means. My nitpick is this pay-per-view needed, like, this is obviously 1A. It needed a 1B. It needed a match. It didn't have that second match that people drool over. And looking back on it, then Rey Mysterio was new, Psychosis was new. People watched that and they're like, oh, frick, dude, this was cool. Problem is, nobody knows who either of these two dudes are. They don't have the relationship that they had with Macho and Savage. Where WrestleMania 3, you got Hogan, Andre, you have Savage, Steamboat. You don't have a Savage Steamboat on this, and it's not Psychosis and Ray because you don't have that connection to those guys. So this pay-per-view does get forgotten about because as a show as a whole. Obviously, people remember the end, but the show as a whole gets forgotten about because it doesn't have that other hook. You needed that, and you didn't get it.
I'm going to piggyback on that and another one. That's great. I can't believe you said that. Cool. Match of the night.
We're the same guy. Match of the night.
Right. Just go on. It's the final match. Like, I don't care. I don't care how much Ray flipped around. I don't care. There's no story. It's the main event. The main event is the match of the night, man.
I agree. I got that. It's 1,000 times better than anything else because of the story.
Worst has got to be Tenta Bubba.
Oh, no. No.
Would you put Mongo Gomez?
Mongo Joe Gomez.
You could put either one for
At least with Tenta in
Mongo
Bubba, you're like, how are they going to get that thing off?
I guess that's true.
And then he did hit him with the thing in the end. You're like, well, he smoked him with it. But no, because I'm sitting there going, I hope somebody's going to snap that pole in half and die. I'm going to watch. Like a sick freak, you know? You're like, I'm going to watch somebody break their neck.
You were talking about Joe Gomez.
Well, there's that too. Yeah.
Those two,
I got Gomez and Mongo, but neither one of them are breaking any Meltzer scale here.
No.
Moment of the night, come on, man.
Dude, moment's got to be Hogan coming down the aisle. I mean, even though like
you're going to go that specific.
I'm going to go specific. Yeah, the whole thing to the end, but Hogan turning is, that is just I mean, it's incredible, right?
Yeah, if you're going to see Hogan walking down the aisle with the look on his face, maybe, and then the leg drop, then the most rewatchable is the entire interview. Hot take. What do you got?
It's the second most important match in wrestling history. Hogan Andre is the biggest. This is my hottest take.
Well, the same thing. Is it the most important also? Mm-hmm. It's the biggest. Okay.
It's
second most.
The match itself is this because he turns. The promo is the biggest promo. The match. This is the second most important match since Hogan Andre. I mean, people like Hogan Rock or maybe Austin Michaels with Tyson. Those are big matches too. If you like a finish the story type guy, Cody Rhodes. If you like great wrestling, maybe Bulldog, Hart, or Savage Steamboat. But none of those did for wrestling what this match does. You don't have Austin. You don't have The Rock. You don't have Triple H as he is. You got maybe the the Blue Blood. This match, it's the second most important match in wrestling history, and ironically, it's got the same dude as the first one.
Yeah, you can't say that, like, because you don't know what's going to happen. So you can't say wrestling never changes unless this happens. But since we're living in this world, wrestling doesn't change unless this happens. And it's bigger than just the NWO and Hulk Hogan or whoever. Stone Cold does not happen without this. Austin 316. People forget Stone Cold says Austin 316 the month before this at King of the Ring. He is then not even on the next 3 pay-per-views. He doesn't do anything. Like, he's a guy and whatever. He doesn't do anything until Brett comes back and says, I want to fight that Stone Cold guy. Then he starts taking off. And then they start going with the Attitude Era. They had, because they were going to go out of business or they were losing money hand over fist. So they had to go the smut route, the flicking off people route, the beer route. They had to do that. They had to get the Attitude Era because this was burying them. This moment made it possible for me to even meet you because the next day after going to Nitro, we were both wearing wrestling shirts. Like we went to a concert the night before or something like that. People would wear their shirt to school the next day. We wore our wrestling stuff. 2 years ago, I wouldn't be caught dead wearing a Razor Ramon shirt. I wouldn't be caught dead. The next year, my senior year of high school, I was Hollywood Hogan at school for Halloween. And everybody, I was late to class all day because I'm freaking too sweet and everybody on the way to class all day long. People talked about wrestling. They put up top 10 lists and put them on your lockers and things like
Ryan,
that at school because of this. Because of this, it made it cool.
We had recess the last time wrestling was cool before that.
Brother.
It made the whole business cool.
Everybody, yeah. And that's, Ryan, with the legacy, because that was the hot take, right?
That was hot take.
Legacy, I'm going to jump on what you just said. Ryan, I'm going to hit it again. This is the number one for a definition of a one-match show. There is no other card where the one match is so much better than the rest of the card. You said there's no 1B. There's no 1C, D, E, or F, Ryan. There's 1A, and then everything else is down here. This is so much better than the rest of the show. This is a one-match card, and it's the greatest one-match card in the history of wrestling, Ryan. It's so good.
And it's not even the
that's my
match.
legacy. No.
Like, it's not because they're hitting acais and all this. It's because when they do moves, they make them count, and they seem like a big deal, like Luger getting taken out and whatever it is. And then the announcers, for once in their lives, those guys do a great job selling those moves. So that's what makes this match matter.
I told Steph, I said, Ryan, you know, that Roman Reigns, you know, when he was in the bloodline, it's hot and everything, when his music hit, that kind of feeling you got, the Taker, when he's walking out to WrestleMania, that was the entire match. You had that feeling.
Yes.
Like the entire match is something's wrong. Like, what is going on here?
Anticipation. Where's the third dude?
It's the greatest one-match show card in the history of wrestling, man.
The legacy to me, it's on the Mount Rushmore of most important pay-per-views in the history of wrestling. WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 3, Starrcade 97 for the wrong reasons. But, and again, it might be one match, but they do it right. They build it right. Without this, you're looking at the Horsemen, the Dungeon of Doom, all the crap WWF was doing with where you're a plumber. Who won the night?
Okay. To me, it's all, you could, or all of us, me and you. Nick and Ryan.
That's good. I didn't put that down.
Wrestling was on life support. And Ryan, this was the freaking EpiPen. Right to the heart, man. And right, boom, we're back.
Yeah, I'll pick up where you left off on Hogan. He won the night because not only is he back on top of the wrestling world in general, he's about to explode again. He's about to become a pop culture icon again. Wrestling is relevant again. And dude, he was left for dead. It's incredible. You can't even put into words what this show means and the effect it had, the butterfly effect or sliding doors, whatever you want to say, this event had on any wrestling fan's life. You cannot say it enough. Please give us your stories in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. Happy birthday to the NWO.
God,
30
birthday,
years,
man.
brother.
And like you said, thank you so much, NWO, for everything, man.
Yeah,
It has
30
been
years.
a ride, brother. It
And
has been a
for
ride.
life. Till next time, Job Guys out.
You smell something, it's us, because we're the stuff.